In the window is a carriage assembly weldment and a new tubular member that needs to be inserted in the area towards the front of the existing framework. The tube needs to be flush with the top of the existing frame and offset to the front of the body by 1.5 inches. On the ribbon, Assemble tab, Relationships panel, select the Joint command. The joint type is automatic by default and should remain that way. The first origin indicator is active, so you need to select the origin on the movable part, the tube. Select the outer center point of the right side, and then right-click and select Offset Origin. The second origin indicator is now active, so select the center of the end of the outer rail. Offset manipulator arrows are now present at the location of the second origin glyph, along with dynamic input boxes for manual specification of values. Drag the x-axis manipulator arrow in the negative direction a total of 5 inches. If it is hard to get the exact distance using the manipulator arrow, you can just type -5 in the input box. Now, right-click and select Continue from the marking menu. The tube part should glide into place, and the joint selection drop-down should indicate that a rigid joint will be created. Click OK, and the joint is created. Expand the Relationships folder to verify that a rigid relationship was created. Then right-click the Rigid 1 relationship and select Other Half from the context menu. Both halves of the relationship are now exposed, one on the frame assembly and the other on the tube part. Now check your work. Switch to the Inspect tab on the ribbon. On the Measure panel, select the Distance command. You need 1.5 inches between the tubes. Measure between the tubes, and you come up with 1 inch, which is a ½ inch less than the gap you needed. To fix this, you need to edit the relationship. Right-click either of the Rigid 1 icons in the browser, and select Edit. Select the second origin indicator to reactivate the offset manipulators and input boxes. You may have to click the x-axis manipulator arrow to activate the input box. The -5 inches was too far by 1/2 inch, so change the value to -4.5 inches, then right-click and select Continue from the marking menu. You will see the pipe move the ½ inch. Click OK. Now, use the Measure tool again to recheck the distance, which should now be correct at 1.5 inches. The same workflow can be used to offset the origin of the relationship using both manipulators. When used in conjunction with the normal offset field on the Joint Commands mini toolbar, all 3 axes are represented, making it possible to position parts anywhere in 3D space with a single command.